My name is JDavis, and this is Radio Entrepreneurs. Welcome back to 2025 Radio Entrepreneurs. We continue to stream stories of leadership, entrepreneurship, how people are adapting to this very quickly changing economy. I know I'm seeing it at my clients. I don't only have a radio show. And our next guest, who's been reporting regularly for 8 years on Radio Entrepreneurs, our Marc Z Moment with the fabulous Marc Z. Hi,
You're
Marc.
too, Hi Jeff, you're too good to me. It's great to be here. It's great to talk about relevant subjects for our audience and most importantly, hang out with you.
Oh, that's very nice of you, Marc. But the economy, you and I both know, we talk offline always, it's changing daily now. I've had conversations with owners, board members, employees, executives about, reading the tea leaves and adapting.
Correct, correct. I think that we have a market that's ever changing, and it's about being proactive and just really investing in the right talent and being very particular, as well as individuals looking at employers that are going to be the right fit because there's so many different dynamics. One of the subjects that we've talked about in the past are the interest that the employer shows in the prospective employee, as well as the interest that the prospective employee shows in the company or organization or firm. And one of the things is research and being prepared for a discussion to have knowledge about the the employer that you're interviewing with, and the employer having knowledge and really investing in getting to know the candidate. And in a lot of these cases, things happen. The employer hiring process moves so quickly that a lot of times employers are not prepared when they're talking to somebody and they're considering for a role with their organization. And if they're not prepared and they're just bringing on the person and talking on the person and interviewing them, they're losing out an opportunity to really get to know the person, understand not only would this person be a good fit for us, but get to know them as a person and seeing is this person going to be somebody who's going to work well with members of my team and get the person excited by getting to know that person about your organization. And a lot of times employers are not looking at that. It's sort of a one-way street.
No, you're not just hiring the resume, and a lot of resumes, as you know, and Phil talks to us in his segments about false resumes, but you're really hiring the person. And if you don't take the time to get to know the person, don't expect to build culture, and culture beats strategy 7 to 1.
Right, right. It's what's interesting is you have the employee is researching and getting to know the employer, ideally before their interview, and so they know about the company or firm and the possible opportunity that they're looking at that's going to be potentially the right fit for them. But a lot of times the employer really is not taking the time to invest the time or the energy to say, here's somebody, we have an opportunity to come in. It's both sides. They're going to evaluate us as a place that they're potentially going to work at. And if we don't show them the right type of environment, even initially, that person has other opportunities they're going to look at, and we're going to lose somebody who could really be a terrific addition to our firm
You
or
know,
company.
Not because it's you, because it comes to mind because I think they sort of represent the ideal flexible hire. I think of attorneys who have talked to me over the last few years because they own their own book of business. They have more freedom than a lot of us in professional services. Just they're lucky in that way. And I think of the attorneys who don't move, and they always say to me the same thing. I finally found a place I love to work. I finally found a team I love to work with. I finally found the proper collaboration, the proper compensation, and I don't want to rock the boat and ruin it. I know I can go
Right,
off and get more money, but it's not
right,
just about the money.
right.
So you're right. When you got to get to know the person, but the person's got to get to know the other people on the other side as well. I'm a big fan of a lot of interviews.
Right, right. Just the interview process is very important, not only for the employer, but the employee to evaluate the employer, to evaluate the opportunity, and get to know people that they'll be working with or potentially be working with. And if you don't give that opportunity to the prospective employee or show them the welcome sign, you're going to lose out on somebody who could really be a terrific fit for your company or organization or firm.
Well, I practice it too. I don't know, as I've gotten older, earlier in my career, it was all about building my business, and I wanted to build my business, Mage. And as I'm at a different point in my career, I turn down more business than I ever did before because I think to myself, this is not where I want to work. These are not the
Right,
people I want to work with. I know I
right,
can do the job, but I'm not going to enjoy the job. And people want in today's world, they've learned, you spend a lot of time at work. You should like the place you work.
right, right. And as I get a chance to talk to people, and especially as we're recruiting individuals for potential opportunities, and some of the candidates will say to us, "That sounds like a great opportunity, but I'm very happy where I am." And I'll ask them, or my team will ask them, what is about this employer that's very special? And because it's good for us to know what's working, what they're showing, or the person's experiencing at the firm to make them want to work there and commit to this opportunity. And I agree with you. It's just very, very important.
Well, I like working with Marc Z, and especially this Marc Z. And when other people who see the wisdom that I have found in working with you want to follow down that route, how would they find you?
Well, first of all, go on our wonderful Radio Entrepreneurs website, radioentrepreneurs.com. Google Marc Z, M-A-R-C, and the letter Z, marczlegal.com, MARCZLEGAL.com, and 617-338-1300.
Great. And we'll see you again next week on Radio Entrepreneurs.